Welcome to the drinking corner. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Where we make mistakes and we regret everything. We drink our problems away every day. How is everybody doing? Starting with Tim. Tim, who are you?
Well, I am Ryunn Eldred. I'm doing all right. We just got done watching the Summer Game Fest a couple days ago, so we're working on doing that podcast, which we'll bring to you guys later on in this week. I don't know who's all going to be in that podcast, but I know for sure me and David will be. I think, John, you have showed interest in being in that one.
Yeah, I'd like to be. I don't really haven't been following it though. I just know what you tell
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna try to be in it too.
I'm gonna
I've
aim
followed
to,
some things in it, but
I'm gonna aim to film it Thursday, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, one of my days off, to put it out before Saturday. But I'm doing good. Just a lot of work. We had a coworker that went on our honeymoon, and I've had to work like every day this week.
oh,
And it's just been grueling and long, and I'm ready for my days off. I am drinking, since this is the drinking corner. I have a Snapple. I didn't even think about the green on the bottle, but I have a Snapple with some Maker's Choice mixed in there.
Maker's Mark. I was
Maker's
gonna say, are you
Mark.
just drinking like Mike's Hard Snapple?
And then I have a Seagram's to top me off once I'm finished with that, because I don't have a lot of Snapple
Name
left.
off the type of Seagrams you're drinking. The last time it was Jamaican Me Happy.
I have a Calypso Colada because it was the first one I grabbed.
Yeah, that's hot.
So if you like pina coladas,
Yeah.
and let's go to BossFoss. Let's see how he's doing.
David, how are you doing, bud?
I feel the same way.
John, how are
I'm
you
totally
doing?
kidding. I'm not muted. I promise I'm not muted.
I know. I knew it was.
I'm doing all right. I just got back from my 2-week-long trip of visiting the folks up in your guys' area, and I only saw Tim twice.
Because he doesn't really love me.
But Tim refuses to come down here and visit.
Because my car would
Any
die
of the
and
other
I'd
time.
be stranded.
But ultimately, I've been doing good. I forget the last time we did a podcast, what my update was.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, I had just
Maybe
quit
a month
my
ago.
job at Michael's, and I started working at a school district.
Nice.
And now I'm unemployed.
Yeah.
And I am drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Nice.
That may or may
Nothing
not
harder than
remain
Mike's.
in frame there.
All right, J.
Also, we are not advertised by any of these companies.
But if they'd like to sponsor us.
Oh,
Yes.
there it is.
Are you drinking a Stella Artois?
Yes, sir. Oh.
Somebody here's an
Stella
alcoholic.
Artois.
You knew what that was before I did.
Champagne of beers. No, actually, that's Miller, isn't
Yeah, that's Miller Lite.
it? Anywho, I'm doing good,
Tastes
man.
like shit either way.
Freaking tired as heck, though.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
been
gonna
up.
say, you just got done
Been up for a
cooking.
long time, and I forgot I closed for a while, and then I remembered like right before I went to work. But it was good, dude. I've been doing all right. Not doing
Nice
much,
to hear.
just chilling mostly and working.
nice.
My birthday coming up here soon on the 21st, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but
Hey,
probably
dude,
barbecue and
we're birthday
something.
month twins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just had my birthday on the 10th.
Oh heck yeah,
last
dude.
week. Went and saw Jurassic World for my birthday.
Oh my gosh, I've been trying to see that for like 4 days.
It's
Saw it
pretty
yesterday.
good. It's
John, you want to
Yeah.
just go see it on our day off on Tuesday?
I probably will be.
I'll go
it's
with you.
worth the see.
We could get Chick-fil-A.
I know there was a lot of reviews like, oh no, it's such a bad movie. Don't
It's
listen to
not a
reviews.
bad movie. There's a few parts where you're like, they're pandering a little too hard on the nostalgia, but overall, I feel like it was really good. Like there was a couple parts where like, okay, these people are a little too calm on dealing with the being on the verge of getting eaten by dinosaurs. Why are they so calm about it? But
Because it's happened so many times.
well, even like in Jurassic Park 3, fuck, what's his name? Dr. Grant. Dr. Grant. He even in the third one when he's almost getting stomped on by the T-Rex, he's like, ah! Like he's freaking his shit out, even though he's already been through it before. But like in this part, they're just like stealthy, like super calm. It's just there's a few weird parts like that.
They're like,
but
that's a giant T-Rex for right there.
Yeah, totally.
Or do they always have to go bigger?
Actually, I don't. No, they did. They did go bigger. That's right.
Mm-hmm. They always go bigger.
Sort of bigger.
And last to introduce myself, I am Brian, and I am the host of today's podcast. And I am drinking a Jack Daniel's Lynchburg lemonade. It's not showing up. There it is.
Fancy.
Lynchburg lemonade.
Wow.
Not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor us.
If you want to sponsor us, I would be glad to be sponsored by Jack Daniel's. In my life, I am currently in the process of moving to Kentucky. Yeah, to Kentucky. We already have the house. Things will be a lot easier to be able to do podcasts and record, but also things might be a little more difficult because I'll be 2 hours ahead on the time. So
we'll work it through.
We'll work it out. We'll figure a way. We're country girls find a way.
One of us will just be severely sleep deprived.
Yeah.
And, how about don't look here? How are you doing today?
I'm doing very good. Thank you so much for asking, Rude.
You're welcome. So our gracious and beautiful host, what is the topic for this week?
Oh, me? Oh. So the topic for this week is video game characters, as in main characters is one topic, or video game duos. I don't know if anybody chose those ones, or most nostalgic characters. What was the third topic, Tim? You remember for me?
That was the third topic.
That was my third topic.
You just went through 3 different topics.
I think I pitched like 5 or 6, but I think that
you
was
had a bunch in there when you first met.
Yeah,
I don't have my folder near me, or I'd look because I have them all written down. It's behind my green screen. There was main characters, duos or squads, nostalgic, powers,
or stories, or like character moments. I think that was another
best character moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
sounds familiar.
But being the fact that you're not wanting to stay up all night, we're gonna kind of condense this one down as you wanted. So
we got 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Do what you got.
You got 20 minutes.
Hurry up.
Okay.
Do what you got to do.
I found the topics. You want me to read it off real quick?
Nah, we're
sure.
good.
Okay. Nope.
Or not. What?
Well, actually, Brian, you're the host.
You're the
you
host.
Want me to
it's
do
your
it?
choice. You're the host.
Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm all about anarchy. Just do whatever the fuck you want.
Favorite main character, favorite character duo group, most nostalgic character, characters' abilities or powers, funny character moments.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
I like character moments over having to be funny.
Yeah. Just like badass character moments.
It just broadens the range a bit.
For example, like my favorite one is Master Chief in Halo 2 in the very intro, the first mission when he's returning their bomb, sir.
Oh yeah. Could I ask what you're doing with that? I'm gonna return their bomb.
And we lost
John
somebody.
Just left. John, no! We are now experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Brian, can you please continue on with what you're trying to say as this week's podcast topic? Because you're main Master Chief, the last we were talking.
Last I was talking about was my example for favorite video game character moments was Master Chief and Halo 2 in the intro, returning the bomb back to the Covenant. returning their bomb, sir.
So
Just
that's
kind of
one
an
of the
example.
reasons why he's one of your favorite characters.
Well, he's one of my favorite characters just because I'm such a huge Halo nerd. And Master Chief is such an ultimate badass, and he's basically just a badass because he's so damn lucky. He's just basically maxed out luck as a starting character and ran with it the whole time.
He put all of his special stats into luck.
Yeah, luck and strength. That's pretty much it. Yep.
All right.
He's got a beautiful AI computer girl as his backup.
All right. So who do you want us do you want one of us to just start, or do you want to pick which one of us talks about our first favorite character?
Whoever wants to go first, go for it. Knock yourselves out.
Go for it, Ryunn.
All right. So my first favorite video game character I'm going to go and say is Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider.
Ooh.
And she's
That's
one
a
of
good
my
one.
favorite video game characters because what was that, David?
Why are you grabbing your microphone and bringing
Because
it so
I want
close?
to. I want to. It emphasizes.
moment.
Why are you deep throating your fucking can? But Lara Croft's Tomb Raider is one of my favorite video game characters, mainly because growing up as a child, it was one of the few games I watched my mom actively play a lot of. So it was, in a sense of speaking, my introductory to video games was watching her play the original PlayStation 1 Tomb Raider and seeing like the empowerment behind a female game character, which is something you didn't see a lot of back in the day.
Yeah.
So it was a very interesting perspective to jump into as a child.
All right, I can see that. I remember back in the day, Tomb Raider was the shit, and everybody was playing Tomb Raider with her pointy boobs and her skimpy little outfit and her pixelated thighs.
I also
Sorry,
really love. I think
getting
it's
a
in.
polygonal boner.
I think it's in Tomb Raider 2 that the developers, there was a fake cheat code that would get her to go naked, and if you did it, it would explode her into a bunch of little pieces.
Teasers, little teasers. All right, David.
Well, I mean,
Got one.
so sorry, was burping.
It's all good.
I mean, I have my favorite characters, but if we're talking about like the original character to kind of bring us in.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to like bring it as an original character. I'm just stating that's why she's one of my favorite characters.
Oh, okay.
I was given a reasoning behind my pick.
All right. Does this have to be a main character to start with?
I mean, the topic thing was favorite main character.
Well, Brian was talking
You
about a
guessed it, you're
favorite moment. So he talked about a moment. You were talking about a game about.
I clarified it though when I was asking. So Master Chief is your favorite character, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm a fan of Halo."
Okay.
Et cetera. Again, that was one of his reasonings, but behind why.
Okay. I'm just making sure I understand.
I am
what you're asking me.
Down the law. No.
Somebody has to, because I'm definitely not.
Yeah, that's true. You are not hosting to your full hostable capabilities, but I love
I'm
you,
really
Brian,
not.
and I'm kissing ass for them bonus points.
Tim,
I don't even think he's taking points. I don't think he's paying attention.
I've been drinking since 3:00
a.m. or p.m.
in PM of yesterday, and it is now currently 1:00 in the morning, and I've been drinking since 3 of yesterday, PM of yesterday. So yeah, sorry.
Anyway,
is not quite there.
Favorite main character is the boss from Saints Row.
Ah, okay.
Yes, but I'm aware that my background right now has other than the boss being kidnapped, but doesn't really have anything to do with the boss. but this was the best Saints Row like wallpaper I could find. I like the boss for many reasons. One, extremely fucking lucky. Best lines. This is spoilers now, but honestly, these games have been out for a long time. Saints Row 4 climbs onto a freaking missile, disables it, manages to land in the White House, becomes the president of the United States.
Okay, yeah.
That's a fucking badass moment. Granted, totally should have just died in the roof.
So are we
the White
just
House,
combining all the topics right now? Because
it kind of seems like it a little bit.
What about number 2, the whole fucking airplane scene in the intro?
You mean
game?
3?
You 3?
Is that 3? I thought that
Yeah.
was 2.
Saints Row the third, where you go through the plane as it goes and crashes, and you're like,
Well, that's
shooting Olden Shandi.
yeah. So it's
Okay.
You jump out, you go after shooting a bunch of dudes, you catch Shandi, pull the chute, and then the camera kind of turns and you see the planes coming back around to hit you. And then
he goes, oh shit, and doesn't he like drop her?
Yeah, he says, all right, so here's the plan. I'm going to shoot the window, kill whatever the guy's name is, grab a chute and jump out the back. And Shandi says, you mean we, right? Boss, just remember how happy you were when I caught you. And then
Yeah, I remember that now. Oh yeah, I forgot 2 starts out with the whole
prison
surgery. Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to the new one. But
in Saints Row 1, I do got to give it. He did have the best lines in the whole game. I'm a
don't
skull
get
fuck
gonorrhea.
this speech.
Right? I don't think I'm that far. I'm playing Saints Row 1 right now, and I don't think I'm that far yet.
He speaks only 2 times.
4.
Mm-hmm.
4?
Yeah, he has a line for the
There was
rollers.
only 2 that I remember.
He has a line for the rollers boss, the king's boss, the Carnales boss, and then at the very end of the game, he talks about wanting to get some freckle bitches. Freckle bitches.
Anyway, I'm gonna get a freckle bitches shirt one of these days.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But
on
that's
Etsy,
why.
Adam.
That's why the main boss is one of my favorite characters. I understand it's a customizable character, so you can really just make it look your own way, make it kind of sound however you like.
Still the character.
You could be your own favorite character, right?
Because I was doing the boss creator before we started the podcast. This is the first time, which by the way, Tim, I sent you the picture. So if you want, you could throw my boss up on the screen. Okay. This is the first time that I'm actually like proud of my boss character. And I feel like it more embodies my look. Because Saints Row the 3rd and Saints Row the 4th, I just end up like this big, muscly, beefy dude.
Yeah.
Saints Row 2, I was a scrawny, kind of like just looked like I was constantly getting high, tweaked out kind of looking guy. And then 1, I don't even remember what my character looked like. It's been so long since I've played.
I was like, as of right now, in mine and your playthrough of Saints Row 2 and 3, and my own playthrough of 1, my characters generally look like me, bald with a beard. But it's like in the first game, my dude looked way too punkish, and he was always like,
right.
And 2, my dude just looks insane because he's just all like. And then in 3, I look, I just look like one of those cliche cartoon Russian criminals,
right?
Because of how their animation was for 3 and the way the facial sculpture was. I was not a fan of it.
I'm laughing because for your Saints Row 1 and Saints Row 2 character description, you were doing a face, but you have to remember there's people only listening to the podcast.
Okay, hold
so
on.
For those of you who don't know,
okay, I'll do my Saints Row 1 face. Somebody describe it.
He looks like he's thinking about what he should be eating for dinner the day before.
It looks like he's thinking about freckle bitches.
He's thinking about freckle bitches.
Saints Row 2.
Fucking tweaked out of his mind. Kind of a little insane. Oh fuck, who does he look like though? I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Do it again, Tim.
Fuck, it's hurting my eye, guys.
You look like a YouTuber that's like kind of making a thumbnail picture. You're
Kinda, yeah.
posing for a thumbnail picture.
All right.
Okay, and John. I like
Amazing.
Don't
it.
look
I hope he
yet.
gets in here soon.
I have a feeling I know if we're just talking about character moments, Ryunn, I think I know one particular character moment that you're going to talk about because
Well,
when we brought it up, you were talking about, oh, no, time out.
yeah, don't talk about it now. We're still in main characters.
Oh, gosh.
Stop jumping the gun.
I finished it. I was the last one.
Yeah, well, I have another one. I have
Okay,
more than
then.
one. I came prepared.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so my second favorite main character
All
would
right.
absolutely have to be Leon S. Kennedy.
Resident Evil.
Heck yeah. So the first one I played was 4, which is what got me into the entire franchise. And just Leon's attitude and demeanor being like a 14-year-old kid and seeing this guy with the hair all in his eyes, the blonde hair, the badass jacket, and the whole attitude. I don't know if you guys played 4. Have you guys played 4?
Briefly.
I will in March.
Yes.
I highly recommend, David, you should download 4 and play the OG.
I have it
appreciate
downloaded. I
it.
just haven't played it yet.
But,
I'm
like-
working through the series with Katie.
When you played through the 4th game, Leon acts as like a cliched 90s action hero with the one-liners. The first time you go into the village, you fight off a whole wave of the Ganados, and right at the end, as they all flee, he's like, "What? Is it bingo night?" And then the game pans out and it's Resident Evil 4. And I was like, "Yeah!" One-liner!
Bingo night. Yeah.
And it was
Everybody
just-
applauds. The whole village comes out and just starts applauding, and there's one guy jerking off in the corner.
But it was like the introduction to that franchise through the character, and then going back, and after I beat 4, I played 2 on the GameCube, then 5, 6, etc., and went down the list. Like Leon had the best story, I feel like, and for the original Resident Evils, his character was extremely fleshed out and well written, which again, for early 2090 games, for a zombie game to have really well fleshed out characters, it was nice. And then Leon was just the character that stuck with me to be a favorite.
I apologize if you guys can hear my cat right now, by the way.
It's okay, I don't hear it. David, do you have a
good.
second favorite main character?
Of course.
Cool.
But Brian, it looked like you were about to say something. Do you want to talk first
No.
before Ryunn interrupts you again?
No, he didn't.
I was
interrupt me.
thinking.
Oh, it sounded like you were about to say something. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying cat. Cat.
Oh,
Cat.
okay. Cat. Got you. All right. My second favorite main character is the Rook. The rookie from ODST.
Who?
Just
From Odia?
the rookie.
The Rook.
Rookie.
The Rook.
Okay. Yeah. I could see it.
Guy
Strong,
decides to
silent
sleep
type.
in his fucking drop pod.
Yeah.
What if they just dropped
up,
him while he
Ricky?
was sleeping?
Hey,
That
Buck.
sounds irresponsible.
Hey, Buck.
Yeah.
Buck, you want to see the new guy shit himself?
Drop
No, I
into
mean-
a war zone.
You know, that whole opening scene gets me because that was the first time that I was like, oh shit, this is like some real shit.
You're not just some
And
super soldier. You're
Yeah.
actually just a regular dude that's just got some badass
Dropping
training
in.
behind your belt.
And then just granted, the rookie doesn't talk,
Yeah.
you know. I know there's a lot of YouTube videos out there of people giving the rookie a voice.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But I
need it.
mean, you know, he didn't have to go and try and find the rest of his
Brother.
crew 6 hours. I was saying about to say 6 years, 6 hours after the thing. He could have just assumed that they were either dead or gone, and then just proceeded.
Well,
to
he
just
still
try
had a
and-
mission that needed to be accomplished, and he still
He
had to
had
find
no
a
idea.
way out
He
of
didn't
New
know what this
Mombasa.
mission was. Only only Dare knew what
Only
their
Dare
mission
did.
was going to be.
Yeah, I guess that's true because their original mission was to be able to wasn't it just to like hold off the Covenant
Land
for
on. No, they
extractions?
were supposed to land on the carrier.
Oh yeah, they were supposed to land on the carrier, and then Dare told them to veer off and land in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, they would have missed their target either way because the carrier was gone before they could have.
Went
He
through
jumped.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian,
They
do you
needed to
have
get
a
that little
second
injure bit.
favorite main character?
I have quite a few. It's kind of hard for me to pick through.
I have one more to talk about, so that's why I'm seeing if you have.
I'm kind of stuck between Sora from Kingdom Hearts,
That's a
That's a
really
good
good
one.
one.
and it's not really a main character, but Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion is a main character of the Mortal Kombat franchise. Granted, like Liu Kang is the main character.
In the movies, not really so much in the games. It kind of is more leaned towards Johnny Cage in the newest games. Johnny Cage is
the OG
main-
ones. Liu Kang is the chosen one.
Liu Kang was the
Which,
chosen.
spoiler alert for Mortal
They kinda-
Kombat 11, the DLC,
kinda-
Liu Kang becomes a new Elder God.
It wasn't even the DLC. It was just the ending of the original story for Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh yeah, it wasn't the
Yeah,
original.
the ending. He spoiler alert. He melds in. Basically,
Raiden.
becomes one with Raiden, and he becomes an Elder God, Fire Elder God Liu Kang. And then you kick the fuck out of
Chronica.
Chronica. Yeah, you got like fire and lightning powers as Liu Kang, and he glows. His tattoos glow and shit. Awesome.
He was fucking badass.
It was badass. It was a really badass ending for the first phase of the game. I actually haven't beaten the DLC.
The DLC is really cool. They bring back Shang Tsung as a insane villain, and it's really nice.
Well, no, they bring him back actually as one of the main characters. Him, Nightwolf, and Raiden's
Sheva.
brother. What?
Sheva and Fujin.
Fujin, yeah. The three of them are basically trying to, while the whole time jump shit's going on, they're trying to hide in the background while they try to. I forgot what it was. It's been so long since I played it. Anyway, Scorpion is my favorite character because of his tragic backstory and the fact that he's able to flip a whole 180 and become a good guy again, even though he was on the path of vengeance. On the
I do say, like, especially in 9, 10, and 11, the story arc that they gave Scorpion was really nice.
Yeah.
And then the Mortal Kombat movie also did him really good too. Like, I'm sorry, a lot of people shit talk the new Mortal Kombat movie, and I'm really excited.
He wasn't one of the
to
bad
see it.
parts of the movie, though.
No, he was definitely a good part.
The only problem I had with the Mortal Kombat movie was the new character that they added.
Yeah.
Which they didn't even do. I think he wasn't even a character, I don't even think, in the original games.
No, it was
they just threw
his
their own
new
character in
thing,
there
yeah.
and made him a main character. And
the
then
same thing
all of a
Resident
sudden
Evil
he's
did
just
with
like
Alice.
his superpower is Deus Ex Machina. That's his power. He doesn't know how to use it, but it comes in the exact moment he needs it to fucking save his ass. And he take 1v1s Goro. Like what?
His superpower is plot protection.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly it. His power is plot armor.
Plot armor. That's what it's called.
His power is plot armor.
To conclude for my final main character, because this is the last one I'll talk about for main character, I wanted to bring in Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
Oh, how did I not think of Ezio? Ezio is definitely number one.
Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite game series. He is my favorite assassin out of all the mainstay games. Ezio is my favorite assassin. You get to literally see his arc from birth to death.
Yeah.
You get to control him after
I'm here too, by the way. I'm sorry.
You make him go.
You guys are just talking. I'm just like, yeah. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, oh yeah, just vibing.
Just out here vibing. But he's not only that, but he's voiced by one of my favorite voice actors, Roger Craig Smith. Who, if the name doesn't remind you of anybody, he's the badass voice of Sonic the Hedgehog through most of the games and cartoons. He's the voice of Kyle Crane of Dying Light. He's the voice of Chris Redfield through multiple projects. And he's the voice of what is the other thing? Batman and Batman Arkham Origins. But it's like getting to see Ezio's entire life and see it, his story go from vengeance to like rebuilding to, I guess, a pursuit of knowledge is really nice to see the whole culmination of his life story.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I feel
so. That's why
I feel it.
That is why he is my third favorite main character. He is another person.
I don't know why I didn't think of Ezio.
If I had my journal next to me, he was like my number one choice. My choices went like Ezio, Lara Croft, Leon, and then I had a few others I don't want to mention right now to spread it out. So, BossFoss, do you have a third person?
I do. Well, I have a third and fourth. What are you smiling about?
Oh, I just ripped ass really hard.
Oh, so
I've had such bad gas since yesterday.
My third option.
Oh, Persona.
It's Persona. I know. That's why I turned my camera. That's why I turned my camera off so that way I could stand up and grab the mask. And then my fourth option, which I'm not turning the camera off for.
You just wanted a chance to show off your fucking merchandise.
Yeah, pretty much.
I could have did the same thing.
I don't have a third and fourth option. They're just really cool.
Tim, you literally just like.
So let me do the same thing here. So this is my first favorite right here.
Merchandising.
I don't want to stand up and grab Ezio or anybody else.
SpongeBob socks. That's all I got next to me.
Anyway.
Paw Patrol bucket.
No. Oh God, what was I going to say? Jimmy Hopkins was my actual third answer.
I feel like that's very made up on the spot since you're just playing bully.
No.
I have one. Conquered from the games Conquered Bad Fur Day.
See, I've never actually played it. I own it.
You've never played Conquer's Bad Fur Day?
We have owned it for so long. It's on Rare Replay.
Bro. Bruh.
It's okay.
Tim, you've never played. Tim, you need to do a YouTube video series of Conquer's Bad Fur Day for your channel.
And then you get immediately demonetized.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. It's a bad idea. Don't do it.
Is it that bad of a game?
It's pretty bad, even today's standards. I remember
you literally fight a piece of like a massive pile of shit.
I am the great big poo. He just like sings at you while you throw like candy corn into a bunch of shit to try to lure him out. And then he's like, this is my tooth now. And he sticks the candy corn into his mouth as like a tooth. And then he like starts singing at you. And you gotta throw toilet paper into his mouth to feed him. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is like when you're trying to get to a certain area to be able to get money, and there's a sunflower lady and there's a king bee, and he's like, "Oh yeah, send my little bee friends over there because I want to look at her fat tits." And then you gotta like lure a bunch of bees to follow you and chase you while you're trying not to get stung over to this little sunflower lady. And then when the bees get to her, she's like, "Oh!" and opens her arms, and she has these huge boobs, and you have to like jump off her boobs to get to an area to get money.
Sounds like Tim has
What?
a new game about to be downloaded.
And it's a cute, fun little game about a squirrel trying to get home after he had a long night at the bar. No, there's the best part of that game is when you're at the vampire's mansion and you're going through the zombie or the graveyard and you have the shotgun and it turns into Resident Evil.
I gotta try it out.
Tim, you need to play Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Like I said,
I
it's
can't
in
believe you
Rare Replay, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
I'm downloading Rare Replay right now as we speak.
And the game is so much fun. I think you would love it. Or when you're trying to go through an area where there's the bulldog shark, and then there's the catfish, and the catfish try to betray you to get the money, and the fucking bulldog shark chases you down the stream while the catfish are trying to run away, and they're like, "Woo!" while the fucking shark is like eating all these catfish and like ripping them apart and shit. Tim, you would have so much fun with it.
Yeah, I'm looking
It's
at the
gory, it's
game
goofy.
So-
right now.
So,
So
Mr. Host, where are we going from here?
Yeah, what's the
okay, so
next
that was
topic,
favorite main
bro?
character. Next topic, favorite video game duo and or group.
What's your example?
My example is Delta Squad from Gears of War, and that is kind of vague. I already told you that was mine, Tim, so you couldn't take it. So that is not entirely just a specific group of Delta Squad. I'm saying is like all of Delta Squad, going from just Marcus, Dom, Baird, and Cole, all the way up to JD, Dell, Foz, and Kate. Just all of Delta Squad. I just feel like every game of Gears of War, the group has always been awesome.
The characters do blend very well and react with each other very greatly.
Yeah, the character dynamic has always been great within the group of every Gears of War game. But they've always been the same with trilogy, the original trilogy, and then the remasters or the reboots. I mean, yeah. So that's my example.
I already have mine ready. David, if you need a few minutes to think on yours, or do you want to swap and go first on this one?
I mean, I don't need a couple minutes, but I will let you go first just so that way I can finalize my decision.
So my first pick, because I got another 3 set.
Of course you do.
I did a set of 3 for each category, but for my number 1 pick, and it's a game I've been really wanting remastered or rebooted, but it's Elliot and Rios from Army of Two.
Oh, that's a good one.
Salem, Elliot, and Tyson Rios.
Dude, that's a very good one. I fucking love Army of Two.
So the first Army of Two, the characters have a great dynamic. Regardless, they're always good friends with each other. You could do like insults where you walk up and you slap your partner in the back of the head, or you guys
can
do
also like
electric
walk up and just
guitars
high five
and
each other.
stuff, and you can do Rochambeau. Like if you're getting gunned down, you could literally, whether it's the AI partner or one of your friends, look at each other and be like, all right, Rochambeau on who runs out and gets shot at and takes aggro. And you could do Rochambeau. There was like a bunch of co-op actions, and it was a game that did a really good job of focusing on partnership. And it was a game I wish I could have brought the whole trilogy into. In 2, they kind of tweaked with the abilities a little bit, where the story relied on whether or not you and your AI partner or friend partner actually were communicating in a good way or a bad way. The ending reflected that. So if you guys were nice and good to each other, the ending would play out really well. But if you had them be rivals and like kind of down on each other, like they would kill each other off. And then
I didn't know that. I've never.
unfortunately, another spoiler alert, in the Devil's Cartel, where Salem is presumed dead, it turns out he's the main bad guy and he's been going after Rios. So it's like, even though in the beginning they're like a really good duo, it does fall apart in their story, which kind of sucks. But in their heyday, in the highlight of their life, they were an amazing gaming.
Dude, nothing is cooler than when you rip the door off of a fucking car and use it as a shield.
And then you have the guy
and you're
behind
walking, and you have the other guys behind him shooting while you're fucking walking through a crowd of people.
Salem,
Or
go back to back.
The back-to-back, exactly. The back-to-back was the coolest feature I've seen in the game in a long time.
Army of 2-1 was really cool because they did a really good job elevating that co-op perspective, because a lot of games had co-op, but they never utilized it in a way that Army of 2 did.
And the parachuting part of the game, when one guy's controlling the parachute and the other one's hanging off the front of him shooting, that's so fucking cool.
And then the bad guy, dude. The bad guy for Army of 2-1 was just so cool. Hey,
yeah.
fucko. Who the fuck even says fucko anymore? And it was just like the comedy in it. And then the 40th day was also really, really good. But again, it just depended on how you and your friend played. That contributed to the story, which again, in terms of cooperative games, was innovative.
Yeah.
And the fact that it came from EA says a lot.
Seriously, it does. But that was like back before EA started going through its shit.
Wow. 40th Day and Devil's Cartel kind of came out during the heyday of their shit.
Oh, I'm talking about the first one. The first Army of 2.
But that's my first pick. BossFoss, I'm gonna pass it on to you.
Do the names May and Cody mean anything to you too?
May and
No.
Cody?
Yes. Well,
Wait a minute.
it takes two to tango.
Okay.
May and Cody are from the game It Takes Two. Absolutely great game. And I love the characters May and Cody because they're a husband and wife who are about to get a divorce, giving you guys the synopsis of the story, since clearly you guys don't know who they are. They're about to go through a divorce. Their daughter starts crying onto this book by this Mexican doctor, heart doctor, love doctor, something. And it turns the father and mother into these dolls, a clay doll and a wooden doll. And they have to work together to try and become real again.
Ooh.
Yeah. And while doing that, they're also repairing their relationship. And it was a really fun experience. A lot of good relationship development help. Meanwhile, as I'm saying this, Tim is giving a weird look to the camera. What?
Actually, the camera's over that way. I'm looking at the screen, looking at you.
Yes, but you have that look on your face like, I'm about to ruin this guy's whole day.
I'm here to win, baby.
It's not about winning, man. I'm just here to enjoy and
eat ass and chew bubble gum. Wait.
I'm here to eat ass and kick bubble gum, and I'm all out of ass.
I'm surprised Duke Nukem wasn't any of our favorite characters.
I honestly didn't play a whole lot of Duke Nukem. I played Duke Nukem 64.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, Duke Nukem Forever, which was that newest 3D
the one for 360.
Yeah.
I remember playing it at your place for a while, David. But, so I actually have another duo that kind of popped in my head.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, baby.
Ratchet and Clank.
Motherfucker, that was my next one.
See, I had Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Dexter on my list, but then I was like, I feel like somebody was gonna take them, so I crossed them off.
Yeah. So I kind of I used to love playing Ratchet and Clank. I had the all first three, and then even that what was the arena fighting one that they had? That was like one of the newest
All for
ones
One
PS2,
on like PS3. Oh no, on PS2.
on PS2. It
It's
was
not
just
Up Your
arena
Arsenal,
fighting the
is
whole
it?
game. No, Up Your Arsenal was the third game. They had another one to where basically
Oh, was it Deadlocked? Is that what it was called?
Deadlock. Yes, Deadlock. I used to
Yeah.
play
So
the
I
shit
have
out
I
of
have
that
Up
one
Your
too.
Arsenal, and then
Dude, Up
Deadlock
Your
came
Arsenal
out.
was
Do
the
you? Because I have it right here.
Up Your Arsenal
Is that my
was
copy?
the
This is your copy.
I thought you were only borrowing the one game from me.
Did you guys
I
know
have
about
your Simpsons Hit and Run, Area 51, and Ratchet and Clank. You when
Did
I
you guys
moved
know
out of
about
your
the
house, you left this
the
with me.
Sly Fox cheat?
The what?
Sly Fox cheat on Up Your Arsenal?
So
If you put
you're gonna give me a bunch of negative points right now, but the only Ratchet and Clank I ever played was the first one. The very first one.
but you have Up Your Arsenal that you just had in your hand and you haven't even
I think
played
that's
it.
mine.
But he
I don't have
still
my
hasn't even
PlayStation 2
played it.
hooked up right now, and when it is hooked up, I'm playing Simpsons Hit and Run.
Okay, the Sly Cooper
All right, so
cheat, is that where you
today's
get to like
podcast
play?
winner is David.
Woo! The Sly Cooper
Motherfucker.
cheat, is that where you end up getting to play like the first level of Sly Cooper?
Yeah, the first level of
Oh,
when
dude,
it's
yes.
doing the Insomniac intro of when you first boot up the game. If you push, I think L1, L2, R1, and R2 at the same time. I think if you push like a couple other buttons, right as it's showing the moon, it'll open up the very first level of Sly Fox. You get to do a
You
demo
mean
of
Sly
Fox.
Cooper?
Or Sly Cooper. Why I say Sly Fox? Yeah, Sly Cooper.
Yes, I remember doing that multiple times, and then every time I kept thinking to myself, I really need to get this game so I can see what happens after this level.
Exactly. I played the intro so many damn times, but I never played the game. But I always thought it was cool. Just even the ship customization in Up Your Arsenal.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, there's a lot of customization options with Up Your Arsenal. And then my favorite joke in the game is when you're talking to the commander and he's like flirting with Ratchet's flirting with the commander's daughter, and he
Mhm.
goes, "She says that you're really good with your hands," and he goes, yeah, sir. I don't know what you've heard, but
It's iconic.
like this is a kid's. Even as a kid, I was like, "Oh, that's dirty."
Tim, you are very blurry right now. I can barely see that you're raising your eyebrow. There you go.
Tim scoop with his hands, if you know what I mean.
Those
Okay,
moments
you guys got any other duos?
Yeah. So apart from the Stars team in Resident Evil with Chris and Jill, or outside of the awesome story of Leon and Claire, just eliminating a few, I really like the duo of Captain Price and Soap McTavish through the Modern Warfare trilogy. So a lot of people know my stance on Call of Duty, where I'm not a huge fan. I do play the games, but outside of Modern Warfare, it fell off for me. So like my main happiness when it comes to Call of Duty is the OG Modern Warfare trilogy and the story between Price and Soap, which I'm
Have you
excited to
played
see expanded in the reboot.
Have you played the newest Modern Warfare game? Not the newest
So-
ones about to come out, but
I've
So
played it.
Here's what happened. I bought the game, and Tim says, "Oh, hey, can I borrow the game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, you can borrow my brand new game that I just spent $60 on." And then he just continued to hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it. And I said, "You know what, man? At this point, I owe you. I think I owed you money." And I'm like, "Just keep the game." You're like, "All right, yeah, sure." And I said, "As long as I get to play the game and actually beat the campaign." You're like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then continue the story, Tim. What happened to
Well,
the game?
I moved out of David's family's house, moved into my deceased grandfather's house, moved in a coworker that was a friend, and him and his girlfriend decided to steal that game along with my MCU Infinity Saga collection. And I never even got to beat Modern Warfare, so
The campaign's really good.
I'm sure it
borrowing-
is.
I've
haven't
played
played
through
it,
it like 6 times. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna be borrowing it from John, even though I could buy it right now for $25. So if you actually really want to
I
play
don't think it's on
story,
sale anymore.
it's still on sale for like 4 more days.
Gotcha.
So if you really do want to play the campaign for it, let me know and I'll just buy it because John's been wanting me to do the multiplayer in it with him.
I highly recommend it. There's a couple missions that are really cool. My favorite one is when you're clearing the house in the middle of
And you can flashbang the baby.
Britain.
Oh, no, you can shoot
Yeah,
the
you
baby.
can flashbang you can shoot the baby, and the game literally goes, really.
It kicks you out of the game too. If you do it too many times, it will kick you out of the game.
All right, I got one. Most iconic duo.
I'm really afraid that you're gonna say my last one, which is why I also eliminated the Resident Evil groups to show
I
that
mean,
I have an ace.
I could talk about, staking on the Call of Duty. I could talk about Woods and Mason. But I'm actually going to go even older than that.
Mario and Luigi.
It is Mario and Luigi. Yes.
Ick.
Iconic duo. Come on. The Mario brothers.
Fair
Mario
enough.
Mario and Luigi Mario. Or
Yeah,
Red
okay,
Mario
I
and
got
Green Mario.
I give you
All
credit
right.
for the movie reference.
Dude, if you look it up, that's actually their names. It's Mario,
Mario
and
and
Luigi
Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
But the first time it's ever announced that was in the movie.
It was before that.
I could swear the first time it
Mario,
was announced was
They're
in
the Mario brothers. But yeah, it was talked about before then. But come on, iconic. The Mario brothers.
All right. Can't argue with that logic.
Brian, do you have a third one?
Third topic.
No, a third.
I think he's made his third co-op.
No, I don't have a third one.
Did your camera move on its own, Tim?
It
That's
did.
creepy.
It was. I do have a third one. My third one to end out my section of it all is Lee Everett and Clementine.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because come on, man. Telltale, in my opinion, Telltale's best completed series is The Walking Dead. And the story that you get to experience in one game of the relationship between Lee assuming the father figure over Clementine and seeing how her story unfolds after that.
Right.
Just based off of the choices you make in one game to see her story unfold makes Lee and Clementine such a dynamic duo. I mean, such a better dynamic duo than the dynamic duo Batman and Robin.
I mean, he teaches her how to shoot. He teaches her how to hold a
Survive.
gun. Or
He
I mean,
teaches her how to
teaches
live.
her how to survive.
And then Clementine goes on to be the mother of AJ, to just assume the role of a parent at like 13 and keep a baby alive.
Right.
It just, the relationship the two had is something that was impactful and had meaning throughout every other game that followed.
Yeah.
Brian, do you have another duo or group?
I would say that their relationship tops Joel and Ellie in terms of adopted father-daughter.
Tim, I don't have any more. No, I was going to go through honorable mentions. I literally just pulled up on my phone. But before I did, I was letting Brian say one more before I was going to go through a few honorable mentions, which the very first one on the list is Joel and Ellie.
Well, I mean, with Last of Us Part 1 coming out in September, to rehash the story of Joel and Ellie, I feel like it should be mentioned.
Fair enough.
Because, I mean, that story brought tears to my eyes. I cried like a baby on camera.
I'm going to say Darth Revan and Bastila.
All right.
Bringing in some Star Wars.
Solid. Yeah, no, that's not really a duo I cast, really. But I don't know. I'm kind of
Alright.
drawing blanks right now. I've had too much to
So-
drink and it's way too late.
Here are the few honorable mentions. Atlas and Peabody from Portal 2.
Nah.
Nathan and Sully from Uncharted.
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank pops up. Sonic and Tails.
Oh yeah.
That was
Link
my
and
nostal-
Zelda.
Who?
Link and Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Booker and Elizabeth.
Bioshock.
Oh,
Kratos
for group,
and- Oh,
Sorry, what?
go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say for group, obviously we can't forget about the Left 4 Dead for 1 and 2.
In my journal, I have the Left 4 Dead 2 group because that was more meaningful to me. Because Left 4 Dead 2 was
Yeah, they actually have more interactions in the second one.
even though I gotta say, Bill, he's the man.
Bill
Out of
is
all-
the man in the
Out of all
sacrifice.
eight survivors, Bill is probably the most meaningful.
Yeah. He actually puts himself below everybody else to be able to sacrifice his life to save everybody. First one.
And then he gets sucked into Dead by Daylight canonically.
Yeah.
All right. I'm only gonna list like there's only a couple more. Banjo and Kazooie, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
Okay.
There was another one here. Come on, where'd it go? I literally just saw it.
The people that are actually known as the dynamic duo.
What? We already mentioned them.
I know. So, Brian, what's your third topic?
Or do we even have a third topic?
My third topic is,
Nostalgic characters.
yes,
Nostalgic.
Tim called it, nostalgic characters. Characters that take you back to when you first started playing video.
All right.
Oh,
I'll go
And
first.
My example.
Oh,
I was gonna say
after
my
this.
example was gonna be Link from Legend of Zelda, because one of my first games I used to play on the Nintendo 64 was Ocarina of Time. On the
Nice.
Nintendo 64, I used to play the block out of Ocarina of Time.
do you want to
Yep.
go first this one, David?
I will.
All right. The floor is yours.
Mega Man. I
Mega
used to
Man,
play.
that's a good
It
one.
was a 3D Mega Man games. I try to remember. I think it was Mega Man Legends. was
Mega
the name
Man's-
of it. It was on the PS1.
Huh? I
It
don't
was
think I
one-
ever played that one.
It was one of the first PS1 games that I played. That and Gran Turismo. But you know, I didn't know anything about Mega Man, and I feel bad about it. But it's the only Mega Man game that I've actually ever played. Again, never knew anything about it. I fell in love with Roll because again, I'm like 6 or 7, and I was like, "Oh, Roll is so cool." But Mega Man.
Mega Man.
If you give me a sec, go ahead and talk to him because I wasn't going to listen anyway. I'll go see if I have that game.
All right. So I'm just gonna mention all mine in one go to kind of save on time. So I've already mentioned
go
Lara
for it.
Croft as like one of the childhood staples for gaming for myself, so I'm gonna cross that out. But
Mhm.
so nostalgic game characters for me would be Sly Cooper, because I played the shit out of Sly Cooper as a kid.
Oh, did you?
Talk and the Power of Juju.
Ooh, dude, I used to play the shit out of that one too.
I loved that game as a child.
I was so
Um,
stoked when they made it into a TV show for a while.
I didn't even know it had a TV show.
Really? You didn't know? It was on Nickelodeon.
I did not watch
was-
a lot of TV growing up.
They
as
had
kid.
who's the guy voices everybody? He's Joe Swanson in Family Guy.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He voices the big buff dude.
Yeah, he
Forgot
did
his
in the
name.
game as well.
Yeah, so he was in the show too. They got him back in for the show.
Dude,
Was
that's
he in the
hella
game?
cool.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was in the game
What'd
as
I miss?
well. So I'm just listing off all mine in one go. I already said obviously there was Lara Croft's Tomb Raider.
I heard that.
I said Sly Cooper because I played the hell
Okay.
out of Sly Cooper 1 and 2. Talk and the Power of Juju.
Mm-hmm.
And my other nostalgic one, because I misinterpreted your topic, so I just listed nostalgic gaming characters that were actually like old school nostalgia. But my other one was, what was it? It's another old school PlayStation. No, Sly Cooper, Talk. I've already mentioned Jack and Dexter earlier on. Dude, that's gonna bug me now because I literally don't remember. Is my folder just right behind me?
All right. Well, while you're doing that, for everybody who's watching and Brian,
Mm-hmm.
let's see if I'm gonna have
He
to like.
disappears. Mega Man.
There's arguments going on. This is
Oh.
the game. Yep.
Oh,
There we
Mega
go.
Man Legends. Damn, that's in pristine condition, bro.
I got another one.
My final one to conclude on mine, so that way I'm just overall done, would be the OG Silent Hill and the Resident Evil, which I also watched my mom play. And then a new nostalgic game that I've been getting into is Metal Gear, so Snake would be my final one. Solid Snake, to put an actual
Snake.
namesake to which Snake.
Snake.
Snake!
Liquid.
Liquid! Did you miss me? Kept you
So,
waiting, huh?
have you guys
Pretty good.
ever played the Army Men games?
Oh my god, real time RTS and all that.
No. They were third-person shooters.
Oh, I played the Army Men RTS, which was the real time strategy version.
Well, they had
I
those, but they
vaguely
also had
remember
the.
playing one.
Did you ever play Army Men Sarge's Heroes?
I think I have played that one.
Don't.
They had it on Nintendo 64 or the OG PlayStation.
I think I played it on
I'm-
OG PlayStation.
I'm
I
not gonna
remember
lie.
the game.
I might have played it when I rented it from Blockbuster.
There's
I remember the good
that
old
one.
days of doing that.
I'm nostalgic because I used to play the shit out of Sarge's Heroes as a kid.
Do you have
But
it?
then they also came out with another game called Sarge's Wars, or Sarge's War, which was for the Xbox, the OG
that.
Xbox. I used to play the shit out of that game also. That game was Call of Duty for me before I was actually able to play Call of Duty because, my parents.
Yeah.
And I couldn't play that game, the Call of Duty games when I was a kid.
So I
so-
remember my other ones, by the way. The two that
Oh,
I was
yeah?
really trying to think of, but I'll mention it when you're done.
There's apparently another game from the Army Men game. It's called Portal Runners. Tim, you can bring that one up. But it's in the Army Men canon world to where you play as the chick that's in the Army Men games that's jumping through timelines, and you basically have a bow and arrow and a fucking tiger. And Stephanie and I we own that game. We were playing that game like maybe 6 months, or when we were stuck at home with COVID. That game is fucking bomb. That game is so much fun, but it's obviously takes some getting used to because games don't age very well
Yeah.
back in those days. But
Or don't remaster well when they are remastered. Looking at you, San Andreas.
yeah. But that was mine. Was Sarge from Sarge's Heroes is a very nostalgic character of mine because I used to play the hell out of that game in my Kittergate days.
So when I was younger, I played the shit out of Crash Bandicoot. But the game I played the most of as a child, because I broke the disc from overplaying it, was Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon.
Hell yeah.
I played that game so much that I burnt it out and it would stop playing. And then on top of it, it had like a weird vinyl surface on the cover of the disc. So I would constantly sit there and like make that like sound.
Mm-hmm.
So I fucked that game all up as a kid. But that was like one of my all-time favorite games as a child.
can't forget. Oh shit! I killed a civilian. You can't forget SpongeBob from
Battle
of
for
Bikini
Bikini Bottom. I bought the
Bottom.
rehydrated version and I've been playing it in my spare time, just loving that game.
I got it for free on PlayStation. It was one of the free for month PlayStation Plus
I did not know
about a
that.
month ago. Yeah, it was about a month ago.
David, do you have any other nostalgia ones?
Nope.
So, Brian, to save on time, we should do just 1 or 2 video game moments for the final.
Okay, well, I already shared mine, which was Master Chief and Returning Bomb.
All right.
David, you kind of shared yours.
Yeah, but I got another moment.
I do too.
Specifically only to fuck with Tim.
I got another moment too, but I'll let you go first. And if you do the moment I'm thinking of and you do it bad, David, the next time I see you, I am going to cup check you.
Well, I don't
keep
have to worry
bringing
about that
dishonor.
because you would never drive down here.
Yeah, but you got to come down here and see your family sometime.
Do I?
Tim will be waiting outside your parents' house.
I'll be waiting
He'll
in
be
your
hiding.
parents' house,
Yeah.
sipping on
Alright.
some iced tea.
This moment, I didn't feel any emotion for because
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
spend years
I
getting to know
fucking
this character.
hate you!
So I'm not
But
going to do this moment. I'm gonna
Oh,
let
okay.
Tim take care of it. Take it away, Tim. Take
Take
us
it away,
to
Tim.
gears.
Sorry, I'm choking on my fucking nose. Sorry, everybody listening, for the fucking sound barrier break there. So, the reference David's mentioning is when I spent like a year playing as Dominic Santiago to play through the first game, the second game, all in one night. I know I said I spent a year, but this happened in the course of one day. To play Gears of War 3. To get to the part where Dominic makes a heroic sacrifice.
Million faces, worn out faces.
I get
Worn out
PTSD flashbacks to that song of just Dom screaming into the heavens at Maria. Like Gears of War 2, when Dom spoilers, when Dom has to put down his wife, sad.
Oh.
At a bar. But Dom's suicide out of rage and to save his pretty much brothers was the most gut-wrenching, heartbreaking, saddest moment I experienced as a teenager. No, I can't really say that because I've had a
Bro,
life.
so
But experience
got-
in gaming.
Tim, I got Stephanie into Gears of War and we played through all 3 of them and she even cried, and it's been like fucking 10, it was like 10 years after that game came out, and
Every
even
time
she
I
cried
play
after the
the
first time
game,
she got through that game.
every time
Huh?
I play the game, dude, I just get that deep gutted despair feeling.
And you still have like a whole nother act after
You have
that to
like
play
a whole
through after.
2 acts after that.
2 acts, because I thought they go straight to the island after that.
No, you go and meet Ice-T's character, Aaron Griffin.
Oh yeah, you go.
And he's being a complete dick like moments after Dom's death.
I forgot.
Like,
Yeah, you
your
go to where
entire
the
squad's trying to honor the dead from the first Hammer of Dawn shooting and not touch the ashes. And Marcus is enraged because Dom just died and he's lost everybody but Anya at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like one of the most spine chilling, like literally feeling cold and just sad, having to play as a whole other character.
Yeah,
and
you have to play as
you play as, I think, Dizzy or Cole or somebody.
probably
you play as somebody else. I can't remember who, but it's sad. And it was one of the most heart-wrenching games.
One of my favorite gaming moments. It's also Gears of War related. It's from the first Gears of War, and it's when they're about to set off the Resignator and they're about to come out of the mines, and they're running up to where they first encounter the Theron guards, and they go, you hear they're running up, and you hear hostiles, and then Marcus goes, "What was that?" I think it was the wind, and then Dom goes, "Yeah, right. When do you ever hear the wind go hostiles?"
Game was so beautiful.
Game was so good.
Dude,
Have a
even
hard
in
time.
the Ultimate Edition, when they added in the extra chapter of fighting the Brumok, it made me fall back in love with the first game all over again.
It's so good. I have a hard time though with that because I feel so coddled now after playing 5 so much, because you get downed, yeah, the only reviving you have is your teammate. The AIs don't come and save you. You can't fucking crawl. So you're stuck there waiting for your teammate to come save you.
That's what makes it good.
And then,
you had to be good back in the day.
The missions where you have to split up every act, there's at least one mission where you have to split up away from each other. And if you get down, you're
stuck
fucked.
with a dookie AI character.
Yeah.
The worst part, especially when me and you recorded it, was down in the depths when you had to take the 2 paths.
The 2 paths that intercross like this, and you're
right
going
before
over each other.
Right before the Corpser battle. Fucking hate that part. I think when I recorded it with both of you guys, no, I didn't record it with you, David, because I only did the last act when we fought Rom with you.
Yeah.
God. Okay, I guess that's my involuntary gaming moment, because that wasn't one I was gonna use, but I sure as fuck wasn't gonna let David use it.
That was like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna fucking mention that one, because that one's a pretty impactful moment to him.
It wasn't the one I was gonna go for, because I wasn't trying to coddle up, and I honestly thought it was gonna be Brian's. Because I left everything Halo and Gears of War alone for Brian.
Well, the one I really wanted to use, I can't really use because it's a very major spoiler.
Do it. Spoiler warning.
For what game?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's been out long enough.
Tim.
Yeah, but you haven't played it, Tim.
You haven't finished the game.
Yeah, but I've seen
David knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the ending?
Yes.
That we've spoiled in the last podcast for me? When we were doing gaming music? Yeah. Because we did gaming music.
Did I exactly specify why it's so meaningful and the exact reason why it actually made
I think you did.
Crying like a little bitch?
I think you did, yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
We talked about it in the music one.
I gave you the clearance too, because I've already seen the ending of the game. That's why I've never beat it. It got spoiled to me.
I still love within like the first couple weeks of the game being out, somebody went up to have the voice actor who played Arthur sign a map, and without even thinking about it, he says, "Oh, do you want me to sign where Arthur died?" And the guy's like, "I'm only through Act 2." And he goes, "Oh, oops."
Oops.
God damn it. It's making me cringe, dude.
Listen, I've got a plan. I just need a bit more money.
Oh, you're doubting me? Dutch, come on, Dutch. Yeah. All right, well, you already know the moment I'm talking about.
Well, do you not want to say it for the podcast?
No.
For the
just
people?
did.
Fine.
We just did.
We just did.
David, do you have another
It's not my fault they didn't listen to the other podcast.
Do I have another impactful moment?
Yes.
I like how this started off with like funny moment, and now we've literally gone to 2 really sad moments.
My next one's really sad.
So, this is going to be a weird one because neither of you guys are going to be able to relate to this one at all.
Is it Ace Combat?
It is Ace Combat. How'd you know?
Because it's you.
Anyway, yes, Ace Combat. As a 10-year-old. Okay. Halfway
Ace
through.
Combat as a 10-year-old?
I was
Are
playing
they
Ace Combat
playing
as a 10-year-old. No, I was playing Ace Combat as a 10-year-old.
Oh, I thought you were shooting down
So-
10-year-olds.
So no, I never played multiplayer. On the PlayStation 2, Ace Combat 5 for pretext. You spend, I think there's a total of like 24 or 25 missions. You spend the first 12 missions with the team. And at like mission number 10, you're just doing a simple ceremonial flight. Okay. So you're just flying over the capital, and then the enemy attacks and they shoot down one of your wingmen. And it's a very sad moment, and it's a moment that I yelled at my screen, "You dumbass AI, why don't you crash in the fucking water or just bail out over the land? Why do you have to crash in the city?" Like, he gets hit by the missile and then spends a good 5 minutes waiting for the arena to empty to fucking crash into the arena.
Jesus.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just bail out just before the plane goes in." But he's waiting for so long that the electronics fail to deploy the canopy. So then he just sacrifices himself for the crash.
Jeez.
As a 10-year-old who didn't have much to care about, that really was impactful to me.
Sounds like it. I mean,
I was extremely pissed off that my dad had to actually come over and play the game for me, because I was getting too pissed off trying to kill every single motherfucker on the screen.
your dad saved you because you had to rage quit.
Oh no, that makes me remember Reach.
No,
I mean, yeah, Reach, dude. Reach is
never
impactful.
forget Reach.
That's not even my other choice, but as you were saying, like, I had to fight, like, determined to fight off every motherfucker. My brain was like, remember Reach. Like, in a little
Can't
tiny
forget Reach.
Cortana voice in the back of my brain. And then I just remember the waves of
Survive.
enemy.
Well, I think that's all I got me for tonight, boys.
Okay, I'm gonna just do a quick honorable mention while you tally up the points. Lee's death in the first season of Walking Dead, even
Spoilers.
though the choice does not matter on what you do, having to make the decision of whether or not as a 8-year-old girl you kill your father figure or not was extremely gut-wrenching, because no matter what, he's gonna die. But it's, do you kill him while he's still alive so he doesn't turn to a zombie? Or do you leave him to spare your own feelings and let him become one of the Walking Dead?
Mhm.
And I'll just end it there for time. Even though my other one was BioShock and the little sisters.
Little sisters. And
Yeah.
the Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Right.
So Brian, tally the points. Who won today's podcast?
So today's winner will be David, because I chose Tim last time, and I don't want to make Tim win again after like 2 times of me hosting. Tim, you've won every time I've hosted, but David, you actually had a lot of ones that I agreed with, but like the boss from Saints Row.
Mhm.
And then I enjoyed the honorable mentions were actually a lot of the ones I was thinking of, the one that you brought up earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah. We just had a lot of ones that I was thinking of were the ones that you were thinking of. I can't remember all the ones, but I remember.
That's quite all right.
Exactly.
We've
know what
been
I'm going.
recording for 2 hours, so it's totally okay to forget what I've said.
I have no memory right now. I don't even know where I am right now. Where am I, Tim?
So
I think I'm in space right now.
So did
Where am
David
I?
win like
David won.
fairly, or are you just giving him the win?
No, he won fairly.
Mm.
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 I kept tallying in my brain. You can trust my brain to keep tally right now.
Okay, well, I'll have fun going against you and maybe John in the next competitive episode.
I just want to go against you, Tim.
Oh, okay. I would like it for you to go against me.
I have a few ideas of what I might do, but
Yeah.
I will let
Either
you
which
guys
way,
know on that one.
I will do the outro real quick. So despite the next episode not being David's episode, because we're gonna finish off the Summer Game Fest, so you could expect in either a week to 2 weeks, whatever we discuss and talk about will be David's episode, in which hopefully John will be here for longer than the first 30 seconds. But we hope you guys enjoyed this podcast / vidcast. Remember, you guys can catch our Zoom conference meeting of us discussing all this on the Nerdgasmic Goodfella YouTube channel. You can catch the podcast on any one of your listening device apps, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, whatever it is you listen to us. You can find BeeonJohn's Twitch channel down in the description below. You could also find my YouTube channel in the description below. We hope you have a wonderful day, night, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever time you guys watched or listened to this. We will see you in the next podcast episode. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.